There was some reservation from up high, and I was like, but if Glamour isn't the magazine that can give the British biggest selling recording artist in the world a cover, then who is?
Yeah.
I'd been there so long that I could only see myself as the editor of Glamour.
From Anna Wintour to Kim Kardashian, she's brushed shoulders with the fashion industry's elite, spent 17 years steering one of the UK's most successful magazines, and is an absolute powerhouse within the media industry. Today, I'm joined by Jo Elvin for tea. Hi, Jo. Thank you so much. You were editor of Glamour magazine for 17 years. Wow, what a tenure.
Yeah, it's crazy, really.
You have worked on some iconic Glamour shoots, of course, and produced some amazing issues. What is one that really stands out for you?
Oh, that's so hard. That is really like a favourite child question, that is. One of the ones I'm really proud of is we were the first magazine to give Adele a major women's mag cover.
Why was no one giving her the platform?
I think we know why. I think because, you know, she wasn't the size 8 woman that, well, actually she is now. Yeah. Thank God I was vindicated. It still remains the biggest selling issue.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's talk about messaging to women and how it's communicated, because it has evolved a lot and changed. Were you instrumental in that? Were you aware of it? Were you trying to make the change?
I wrote a piece that went into the Daily Mail a couple of years ago about how we need to just stop having any discussion about women's bodies. You know, I have friends who the first thing they'll say about a celebrity, she's lost weight, hasn't she? Or she's put on weight. It's like, why is that the baseline of conversation about women? And that's what I'm sort of like been trying to advocate for in the work I do now.
So beyond magazine publishing, your career has completely expanded. It's gone down broadcasting routes, it's gone down charity work. What do you do day to day now? And what do you enjoy doing?
You sound like my daughter. What do you actually do? No, I do, lots of TV, host a show about the royals. This is going to really disappoint a lot of Palace Confidential fans. I'm very indifferent about the royals, but now I find myself at dinner parties if someone's got something to say about Meghan and Harry and the world. I'm like, well, no, apparently. And I'm like, how do I even know this?
You are the intel now.
Insane. So I do that. I do lots of writing. I do lots of consulting. I've just been through a long time of just saying yes to things and seeing what happens.
I think that's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
You can't always know exactly what you want to do and be. You got to try it.
And you know what? I think that if anything, I like being, if something of an example there, because I was 52 when I decided to stop working full time and leap into the unknown.
Absolutely. And I guess a great example for the younger generation entering a workforce, you don't have to be one thing necessarily.
Exactly. And you don't, what you are now isn't your entire life's definition.
What is one thing you wish people knew about the magazine industry?
There's a lot of myths around what people who work on women's magazines are like. There's a lot of people who assume we're all like Miranda Priestley and very icy and looking each other up and down when you walk in.
What are you wearing?
Yeah, but I still look back very fondly on the camaraderie in the office and just the kinship between the guys and the girls in the office. And, you know, we had a Glamour reunion, I think, 6 weeks ago.
Really?
And I actually did take a moment, and I don't do this very often, but I just felt really proud because I looked around and thought, everybody here is so nice. Everybody here has gone on to do great things. And I let myself have my moment of taking some responsibility for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have a daughter who's now a teenager, but when you were working, I guess she was very young.
Yeah.
How was that, juggling it? Because I feel like now it's more accepted, it's more talked about.
It's not that it wasn't allowed, but I think that it was very much women fitting into the structures that men had put in place for years and years and years. But there was one time I remember I was at Paris Fashion Week and my daughter would have been about 2.5 and she got really sick with some sort of fever. And my husband was handling it, just, you know, and I was worried, obviously. But I could just tell on the phone to him that he was going, no, it's fine. But I could tell that he was broken because he was sort of like, you know, going to work for 10 hours a day, then coming home and having a feverish baby. So the next day I said, I've got to go home.
How do you deal with feelings of negativity, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, all those kind of constant things we all experience? How do you combat those?
I think we all do it. We all go through those things where we tell ourselves that, this isn't going well. One of the biggest lessons I always have to relearn is that thoughts aren't facts. And that is a mantra that I think I really have to remind myself of occasionally. But also, it's just usually not true, that negative thing that you've said about yourself. And I find that what I tend to do in those moments is look back at my own achievements as I might, with the same glowing warmth that I might one of my friends, and be grateful for the things that are going well and have done well.
Finally, Jo, how does wearing Karen Millen feel to you?
I always feel that extra bit of polish when I'm wearing Karen Millen. If I need to feel put together, I look like I maybe know what I'm doing, that's when I'll reach for a really good occasion dress or a smart skirt or I'd call their denim crisp. It's like, it's a really, it's smart enough to
tailored
wear.
denim.
Actually, I know somebody who got told off for wearing denim to the House of Lords, but you could even possibly risk it at the House of Lords.
I wouldn't, but maybe for drinks after.
Yeah.
Jo, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure chatting to you. You
Ditto.
are a powerhouse and a power woman.
So are you.
Thank you. Cheers. Cheers. Power women. Time to power up, I think. Good luck, everyone.
Yay.
Yay.